Hi everybody, it's the 10th of June 2023 and I just want to show you around the plot. If you've seen my previous videos, then you know that I'm using root out deep hay mulching method here in the UK, which is very rare technique for this part of the world because of the climate. So obviously next to the ocean we have a lot of rain, and the main concern when I was starting was the question about the slugs. But that's a subject for a different video because there are quite a few important things that I want to talk about. So today I just want to show you around. It's been really difficult year, I think, so far, because we didn't have April, we didn't have end of March, it was rainy and very cold, and then suddenly the temperatures jumped into 24-5 degrees. So pretty much everything I've planted, the seedlings wise, they struggle, they stagnate, nothing is happening much. Runner beans and courgettes planted from the seeds are growing now, but they will take their time. But you know, nature is a process and all we can do is accept. But to be completely honest, the garden is far away from my personal expectations, but I have no choice but to accept it as it is. Anyway, let's take a look. I want to talk about deep mulching and what I do. Okay, this is the plot. I've applied 20 bales of hay on top of the last year's mulch. So as you can see, there is nice thick layer of mulch applied on the plot, which keeps my soil weeds free. Yes, I will get some convolvulus growing through, but that's easy to manage. All you have to do is just pull it out and put it on top so it can dry. You don't have to compost it. There's quite a lot of convolvulus, so ideally what I should do is move the mulch, dig the roots out, but it's fine. I'm really busy this year, so there's only so much I can do. Valerians are beautiful as always. Their main purpose is to add a visual effect in the garden and feed the bees. Strawberries are doing really well. I've planted runner beans here, they still haven't germinated, which is fine. I have Cosmos Tango here, planted a few probably weeks ago. Nothing much happened because I think it's just very warm and plants struggle. I've just harvested a lot of strawberries, which makes me happy. So this year I'm adding a lot of height into the garden and I will plant runner beans. They're all planted, so everything you see height wise has been managed so far. Okay, I'm also trying to add some flower beds here, so I have Cosmos Tango, zinnias, and my favorite French marigolds or tragedies, and convolvulus, which doesn't have a chance unfortunately. And as I said, yeah, it's just very weird year, quiet. These are some verbenas from the last year, they've just seeded around. And this huge plant is sage. I never knew the sage can grow to this size. And this one plant takes probably more than a square meter. I've expected it to bloom this year, but it didn't, which is fine. And I would use flowers to make cordial. Okay, we have Jerusalem artichokes. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. The shed is still there, a lot of mulch, and mulch works for me. If I plant something, then obviously I have to move the mulch, dig the soil, add some compost or manure below, and then plant the plants. So these are courgettes, and I can see that these, oops, it wasn't me, and I can see that these two are probably growing from the compost, homemade compost, but I don't care, I'll just leave everything as it is. Same thing here, runner beans, Jelka's beans. This is old variety from Bosnia, and I've recorded a video about them. I'll put a link in the description. It's quite emotional. It talks about my grandmother, but if you're interested, you can take a look. This is lettuce. These plants have been here probably a month and a half, and this is the result. It's getting bushier, but it's just a very, very weird year. Then we have more runner beans, tragedies. We have celeriac. These plants have been here probably 2 months, and this is the result. They struggle. You can see they struggle. I water them every 2 or 3 days. They get comfrey feed as well, so a lot of food and nutrients, but it is as it is. These Swiss chard, rhubarb variety, same thing, it's been here 2 months. This is the result, only a few leaves. Zinnias, same thing. But that's fine, you know, I have no choice but to accept the season as it is, and we'll see what's gonna happen. This bed with leeks, they're definitely gone. I can't use them anymore, they're very hard. But I will allow plants to bloom so bees and local insects can have some food as well. I have some beetroot here. This bed will need weeding soon. So obviously when you use this method, if you have to plant small plants or seeds, you have to remove the mulch, which then allows all the seeds to germinate through or germinate, which is fine. When these plants grow, I can just apply mulch, or I can weed in between applying mulch, or just leave it. Probably if the bed gets weedy, it will create more shade and keep some moisture in the soil, but also weeds will take the nutrients from the soil. So it's, I think, up to you or the gardener or gardener to decide what is the best. I have some I have some Pulmonaria officinalis here. I have a few plants, and the main purpose is to feed the bees, because this plant blooms in March time in this climate zone, so I just keep it there for bees. Not the leek, the garlic, elephant garlic. This will be ready within a few weeks probably. Potatoes from the last year, I just allow them to grow. And yes, it's quite good based on the temperatures, I think. So these are the raspberries. The bed looks very, very promising. Okay. The plants are healthy. Leaves are green. I haven't created the support, the fence, because I think they don't need it. I can always just move the plant and harvest the fruit from below. I also have some llama manure, which I've purposely left in the bags, and also additional few spare bales of hay. Sorry. Unfortunately, the peas, they germinated, everything was fine, but then sparrows discovered these beds and nothing happened. So I will use these bales behind me just to mulch this bed and use it for French beans or whatever. A huge bush of lemon balm. I use it for a tea. Just pick it up on a sunny day and dry it, and you have amazing herbal tea. This is comfrey bed, comfrey booking 14, Russian comfrey. It's the same as wild species, but it doesn't produce seeds, so it stays in a bed where you plant it. I've harvested some, and I'm making a liquid feed for the plants, which stinks, but it's a really, really good source of potassium and nitrogen. So I don't mind the smell, you just get used to it. Okay, quirky shed is still there. This is rose damask. It produces absolutely huge flowers, the size of my palm. Look. and it smells really nice. What I normally do, I cut the dead flowers off so the plant doesn't waste energy on creating seeds. Okay, everything is fine. This is empty. I was very busy this year. I didn't manage to plant everything I wanted, but again, that's fine. The garden still looks good. There's a lot of empty space which will change in the next few months, but it all depends on the act of God. There's nothing much I can do about it. I can water every day, but you know, when you add a little bit of water on the surface, it's not the same as if the rain keeps falling for a few days. And that's it. 10 minutes, 11 minutes, I think that's just enough to show you around. Any questions, any suggestions, let me know. I'm keen to learn and keen to share what I've learned so far. All the best as always. Keep smiling and creating. Best wishes from Cardiff. Bye bye.